And before we dive into the subject, I pulled up the 6 stages of grief, which is denial. Your mind tries to block the truth to help you survive the first shock of loss. Number 2 is anger. Pain turns into frustration or rage directed at yourself, others, or the world. Number 3 is bargaining. You try to make deals or think of if only, what if, or if only scenarios to change the outcome. Number 4, depression. Deep sadness and quiet emptiness takes over as the full reality of the loss set in. It's as if we distant ourselves from the presence of God. We no longer living in the sanctuary, but we return into the wilderness, and we returning back to bondage. Number 5, acceptance. You start to acknowledge the reality of your loss and understanding that life must go on. You start to bounce back. And number 6, finding meaning. You look for a way to honor or connect with what you lost and find a new sense of purpose. Many times we are living in these 6 steps, right? A lot of times we have conflicts with self and with others, which is predicated of staying stagnated in one of these steps. So I want us to keep that in mind from this point on. If you find yourself in the midst of any controversies with others, they are undergoing the grief process and are stuck in one of these stages. Give me your thoughts before we start.
I've actually heard of those stages before. And I think that I'm really glad that you brought it up because, especially with this topic, dealing with form of like heartbreak, pain, it can be many different reasons that someone could be dealing with those things. But just having that outline of those stages of grief can definitely pinpoint, okay, this is where I'm at. How I'm acting is normal. It's not anything too different, and then also kind of shows maybe what to expect. I mean, every person's different. Everyone may not fully go through all those exactly, but at least it
Mhm.
gives you a guideline of, okay, I shouldn't be going through this forever. What's the next step of something else that I should be feeling to move forward and to move forward and to move forward? Because that's life. Life, good or bad, keeps going.
Yes, I agree with that. And also, I like that the stages aren't just applied to like if someone passes away. Like you could go through these stages if a job, is the end of a job or the end of a relationship. So I like that it's kind of like a guide for anything you're going through that dies that you can kind of look to in your grieving process.
Oh, and we want to welcome, thank you. We want to welcome Nate. Uh, Guys, we
Well,
finally have a young
Hi,
man on our
welcome, Nate.
podcast.
Welcome.
Awesome.
thank you. I'm glad I appreciate it.
Um, okay. So Nate, we are discussing. We are before we dive into our topic, we are discussing the 6 stages of grief, which relates
Oh,
to this topic. Is denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance, finding meaning. Right. These steps are unfortunately we find ourselves in these steps when we have not fully um, engaged ourselves in moving past the loss that we have experienced. It could be a family member, it could be a loss of a job, it could be a broken relationship. These 6 stages are what helps us to develop our faith and our ability to bounce back from controversy in our lives. All right. So, without further ado, guys, welcome once again to our broadcast and happy Sabbath to all of our visitors. We are going to dive into this subject this evening. Let's let's start it off.